they say it differently, of course. That's what they claim. But it was something that I gave thought to for years and years and years. I've been retired for 15 years, and I've thought about nothing else every single day. I mean, there's obviously a couple other things, that I've done or whatever, but this has been the main focus of my entire existence for 15 years, nonstop, every day, from the time I wake up in the morning until the time I go to bed at night. This is what I think about. And the more you think about Eastern religion, and I have a different video about religions where I mention this, where I mention the different holes in Eastern religion, the more it falls apart. And the more you realize, having a feeling that the Bible is true, or having a feeling of love coming off of Alma, a feeling is not proof of anything. This physical body, this fleshy sack of mucus, blood, this disgusting thing is very mundane, smelly, gross, hairy thing. This thing makes you feel different things. So feeling something is not, it's not proof of God. It's not proof that the Bible is true. If you have a feeling, I prayed to Jesus when I was a kid and felt the presence of Jesus. But when I was older, I prayed to Ganesha and felt the presence of Ganesha. Once I prayed to Kali and felt the presence of Kali. And so, what does that mean? Because the Bible says it's only Jesus and God and that's it. But I felt these other things too. And so, it's very important to discern between what is objectively true, what you can infer, and what you're having faith over. Now, you could have faith about certain things as a way of putting your mind in a good spot. Okay, if that's what you're doing, I'm not trying to detract from you. However, if you're trying to force that on other people and claim that other people are wrong, we're trying to tell you the truth. Like for me telling you, whoever created this dimension is evil. He is doing terrible things. This is an obvious statement of truth. And you come along and say, well, the Bible says that the Creator is a really good dude. And then he handed it over to a child molesting psychopath and is sitting there watching him torture you because free will. Like that makes any sense? And so that means like you're wrong that the Creator... If you're going to try to nitpick and say dogma like that, it's important to point out the fact that you're wrong. Okay, these are existential crimes. They're taking place. That's a fact. Okay, you can observe it directly. The concept that the creator of this dimension is only indirectly responsible and therefore not responsible at all is a nonsensical concept. Okay. When there are people that are trying to tell you objective truth, like I try to every day, I try not to say one fucking word that is not true. That is something I attempt to do every day. Every time that I speak to somebody, I think about, is this accurate? And there are a lot of times I'll say something and I'll think, wait a second, and I'll say it again in a different way. And because it's important to me to be accurate in a situation where crimes of existence and creation are being committed. And I think that you should be too. I think that this is a very serious situation. And if you want to put your mind in a pleasant space, or you want to believe everything's love and that there's no way that anything bad could ever happen, and you don't think no one would ever wrong anybody else, while all of this terrible shit around you is happening, if that's what you want to believe, hey, I suppose you can believe that. But if you're trying to pretend like other people are wrong for talking about the truth, that this is wrong, obviously, then you need to realize that those people who are saying this is existential crime, those people are right. Okay, and it's about something that's very important, and you don't have the right to be wrong about that. It's existential justice, existential crime. And it's more important than you, it's more important than your creator, it's more important than your creator's creator. That's a fact. That's what it is. And so I wanted to to make this video specifically to talk about that particular thing, and about there are certain things that you can infer very accurately, and there are some things that, and you have to be careful about straying too far from that. The example I gave is I believe that the person running this dimension is an utter coward, that he's a scared little bitch, and that he will do anything to try to cover up these crimes, debase himself, make himself a slimy, sleazy, lying, despicable piece of shit. And so it's important to point out the fact that when you make an inference like that, it's important to point out, I could be wrong about that. But whoever's running this dimension definitely is committing existential crimes, and he's definitely trying to cover them up. So he definitely knows that they're crimes. That's a fact. That's what's happening right now. And so I guess I'll leave it at that. I hope to make new videos in the future. I hope that these help somebody, and again, if it doesn't ever make it to the ear of an innocent until after justice takes place, this is making it to the ears of those people who are running YouTube, to those entities with consciousness that are directing this dimension. This is an attempt that I'm making, an effort that I'm putting forth to carry out justice for existential crimes that your lineages of creation and existence are guilty of. And this is not my job. It's my responsibility to try to make justice come about, but it's their job. They are existentially obligated, and they have failed. And so these words making it out there, whether they're stopped or not, these words have been given to the people who are committing the crimes. And the consequences will be worse if they decide to continue committing these crimes after this. And so, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and I wish you good luck in finding the truth.